Hello everyone, welcome back to Joy's Creative Finger. This weekend I've built a girly mansion. There's an AR story and a live build included for those of you who want it, and I will go ahead and submit it to the Architect tab. The story in this tour is a follow-on from the Private Island tour to the Old Manor tour. So yes, I'm connecting the story as I go along as much as I can. So the lady who lives here, her name is called Michelle. She's an amazing businesswoman. She owns a company called pinkandparty.com. So she throws parties for the most amazing events, weddings, baby showers, sweet 16, you name it. She'll do it for you in the most exquisite way with a dash of pink. Now, this house as well is a property that she would let out for, say, a weekend for anyone who might want to throw a party in that theme and so on. So although she has an ensuite in this house, she doesn't really live here because she runs a business out of it as well. Now, I've used some fancy ideas here and there just to make the house look a little bit pizzazzy and not necessarily a residential home, as I've tried to explain. I used countertops, okay, to layer out sections of the balcony and some gardening at the bottom. I was going for the idea of a foundation, so the building is lifted just a bit off the floor. She's also got this pink, well, sort of pink car and a whole fleet of pink limos for her business as well. Now, I love the roofing. I wanted to do something different. I don't use glitches in my builds anymore. There's a live build, so you see how everything panned out seamlessly. And this is the other end of the build here, with the door leading out from the top part of the house. I went for the French chateau windows on this build. I just like them on this build. I tried different ones and I prefer this one. And of course there's a pool at the back, so if she is letting out this house for parties here and there, there's got to be a pool for the pool party, you know, and they could deck it out any way that they want, but at the end of it all they have to clear off and make sure they hand it back in the same condition that they found it. So yes, I thought it was really a good idea to have these countertops around the gardening area and the other side of the build, because it felt like a foundation that just pops the build off the flat floor. I hope we get something like that in this game as an update or some sort. Okay, so we're back around to the front and we're going to head into the entrance, overstated entrance, over the top entrance, and Michelle's assistant Clara is going to take us on a tour, and that's because Michelle is actually upstairs in her study on the computer dealing with a situation, which is part of the story. We'll get to that in a minute. You'll notice there's a crack separating the entrance from the main build. That's why we have an extended front entrance that's higher than the rest of the house. We've got a piano, an art piece on the wall, and these very beautiful rose gold stairs. I think they're my favorite in the game, but they're quite big, so not easy to use. Now, there's an open entrance into the kitchen area, and I did mention to you that she runs a business out of this house. So this is her famous pastry kitchen. Her business affords her time on air, and so she will do live cooking shows from this kitchen. That's why it looks unreal. And you know, it doesn't look like it's being used, but everything is put away. But you can see the cooker, you can see the island area, you can see the sink, and the microwaves and other bits and bobs are tucked away. Okay, but this is where the camera would face and record her while she cooks in a fabulous pink apron. And then there's a tasting area on the side here where her guests would come in and then, you know, decide what they think about the flavors of the cake and so on, or whatever it is that she cooked. And that's a bar in the section there. Now it leads on into this beautiful dining room. Again, she doesn't live here. This is a party house of some sort and a business house. So she would get corporate guests to come in here to sit down, have a taste of something she say might want to publish in a book or something like that. But these chairs work. So I know she sits down this way and then flip, she's facing the right way round. I did it by chance. I just put the chairs that way because they're a perfect match for the curtains. So when I tapped on the table, just because, the sim came along and sat down, and I couldn't wait to show you. That's because the chair has an arrow at different angles. So it looks as though she's just sitting at an angle. I think it's fabulous. Okay, so that's how it connects to the kitchen and into the entrance and then straight onto the living room and the restroom. Now, again, it's a commercial build. So we've got a very large downstairs bathroom here. And I think, again, these colors are very pretty. And I must say that the rose golds go with gray quite nicely. So it's a perfect clean space. And you've got this beautiful tub that I'm really happy with because it almost gets to the ends of a 3-grid space, almost. And then you've got your washing machines and the shower as well, and we have a door leading out to the pool. Now, before we head to the pool, this is how you walk in from the entrance. You've got the rose gold bookshelf there. You sneak your way around. You've got this fabulous section here. And then you come into this beautiful, very beautiful living room. Now, the thing about it is I decided not to put a TV in. When I did design it, it did have a TV. But I took it out because it's not really her home. It's just for guests. And, you know, I wanted it to be so luxurious in such a way that although everything else looked so modern, in here you get to see how it's tucked in with those trees. So you see green all around, just green all around. And again, it's just over the top, but it's just an area for the guests to sit down and drink. Now you come out this way to the pool, as said before, and you can see how from the living room you could just wander out here, sit down by the pool, and maybe really get this area looking properly decked out for the kind of party you might want. Now here's an overview of the downstairs part of this lovely mansion. I don't know whether to call it a mansion, which it is, but it's more of a commercial mansion. She doesn't really, well, of course you could convert it into a proper home and, you know, tone it down a bit. You know, maybe that's what you could do. But as I say, for the sim, it's for television. Just for television. Now we're heading upstairs to the next level. And as I say, she does have her own ensuite in this house because she would stay here overnight sometimes because of work. She also has an office. So one of the rooms are converted to an office. There's some decorative pieces on the wall, a door down the end here that leads out to the side balcony. This was hard to build. I couldn't figure it out because I wanted it to be a small house. And just by one grid, this house wouldn't fit on a small plot. If I chop off one grid, it will fit on a small plot. I was so disappointed. But you can see that you can head out that way if you want to. There's a little mirror on the wall and a couple of doors leading into the master bedroom. A unique design, I must say. I simply could not carve out the upstairs part of this house, but eventually I settled on this design. I love it. You got the closet on the side, the mannequin, a lovely chair to sit down on, put your shoes, and then there's this lovely mirror on the wall, and then the door leading into the bathroom. It was just so hard to make this part of the house make sense, but eventually it worked out and I'm happy with it. So you come in from the main double doors, past the closet space and into the bedroom. So you've seen her little lovely vanity area here, some trinkets, mirrors, makeup, presents and so on. And in this little nook here, you've got her bed tucked in quite nicely. So this would be the party girl's room if this was let out, okay? With that beautiful balcony out front with the beautiful corner chairs. I really, really love those chairs. You know what? I might use them in every single build and bore you all. But yeah, this is the master bedroom of this mansion, and I think it's very lovely. There was a TV, but I took it off. I'll put it back later. Now we're going to head to the next room in this house. It's this door on the side. That's where Michelle is. It's an ensuite bedroom that's been converted to an office. So you can see that there's a closet down the end, and then in that alcove before coming into the office, you can cut across into a full bathroom, okay? So that's why I say it's a full bedroom if you want it to be. But for Michelle, this is an office. She doesn't need another bedroom. She doesn't have a family here or anything like that of the sort. So she's busy online and she's in complete shock about what she's discovered, and she's researching some information because she needs to be sure before she picks up the phone to make a very important phone call. Now, she has put together this beautiful Bites party, and when I say Bites party, it's an event where she invites a select crowd of individuals who might become potential customers, who might sample her food, hors d'oeuvres, lovely pastries, drinks, and so on. So beautiful ladies would come out, call it a tea party of some sort, but after that they would make connections and so on. And on this particular day, Mrs. Towers visited from the private island. And now you wonder why she's here. That's because her daughter, well, so we think, her daughter, Paige Towers, is turning 11 years old, and she stumbled upon a website called Party in Pink. She wants Michelle to throw her a fabulous private island party with a few friends who would sail out and celebrate with her. Paige was no longer willing to spend one more birthday on the island without celebrating with friends. So her mum and dad caved, and her mum had no choice but to attend the Bites party. And she was completely sold. Paige was going to have a party on the island. Now, the milk that the caterer uses always had to have a missing persons advert on it because she televised her cooking shows. It was one way she could help get the word out there that someone precious was missing. Paige Towers is actually Pearl Rivers.
Who are we celebrating? My wonderful daughter Paige. She's 11. I'm sorry I couldn't bring her off the island. Here's a picture of her. Isn't she adorable? Would you do it then? Well, she's a peach. Leave the picture with me, and I'll use it for some inspiration. I'll put together something fabulous.
This is why Michelle has been quite busy in the office and needs the help of her assistant to figure this out before she makes a call. Now, I've put the television back in the bedroom. One of the reasons I took it off is because when you are in reverse and the walls are down, the television is in the way. I really wish that when you reverse that the telly disappears. It's quite nice, like the big cinematic projector screen. Anyway, here's an overview of the top part of this house, and we're also going to see the bottom view as well, which we've seen before, and we'll be heading straight into the live build. I hope you like the house. I love it. And don't forget to use the hashtag JCfinger when putting it up on any social media platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and so on. I'll be grateful for that. Just follow the instructions as you see here in the live build, and you should have this house within minutes, okay? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon in the next video. Have a lovely weekend. Take care. Bye.